Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in this video here, we're going to chat about recreating the world to be our dream world and on how everyone and everything around you is listening to you, responding to you regardless. So I know right now a lot of people are in total fear. In order for us to recreate anything or anyone, any experience, recreate our reality to be our dream reality, we have to go down to our core beliefs and assumptions of that particular thing, right? So we can show up differently. A lot of stuff that's showing up in our reality and our world around us have been set there in place by our assumptions of it, right? So this video is meant to really inspire people and give people hope when it comes to what's going on in the world around us, right? We are all creating, okay? And a lot of the stuff that's going around have been created by other people. Okay, so we're all manifesting our own individual experiences within this one world, right? Of course, this is my reality, and I'm not really affected as much as other people in their realities. So this is the reason why I wanted to create this video, because I've seen so much changes within my reality that I wanted to share why a lot of stuff that the world may put out there for a lot of people to go through, not everyone goes through them. Like, I am choosing to believe that things are on the up and up. So I want to get everybody at that place in their reality for them to start recognizing that they can then choose what they want in their reality and not keep recreating what's going on in the world. Okay, so remember, we're all manifesting our own individual experiences within this one world. So as a whole, there's so much going on in the world around us. And you see it when you watch the news, when you are on Instagram. There's so many things that are going on in the world. But remember, if we're all creators, one person experience does not have to be your experience. You don't have to keep recreating someone else's experience, right? Some people have a hard time creating what they want because they are worried and focused on things that other people around them have already created, right? I'm not gonna lie, I was in that boat too, but until I had to no, this is not what I want. So I had to get to the bottom of it, because I was just like, well, I did not create this. I did not create my world to be like this. Well, not consciously. What happened is this. So since we are creators, when we focus our attention on something, we create more of it. This is how we create and recreate stuff that's going on in the world. At some point of our lives, we all been forced to see the world a certain way. And I mean going all the way back to childhood. We have been forced to read history on the wars, on, crimes, and how the world, quote unquote, works and functions, how poverty is. Like, we have been forced to see the world through the eyes of someone else's experience, because if we're all creators and no one is exempt, no matter who the person is, they're still creating in this world because they have a mind, they have a thought. Like, there's so much out there, so many different realities that we are recreating based on someone else's experiences or someone else's thoughts and fantasies that don't really have to do anything with us. We don't have to sit there and recreate what is going on in the world around us, okay? And we are being fed that this is a normal way that the world operates. And because we're hearing it from someone who, quote unquote, is on the other side of the TV, who may, quote unquote, feel like they're more in charge or more powerful, we accept it as true. Or if it comes from a teacher or someone who's older than us, we accept it as true because we're being taught something. You know what I'm saying? It's coming from a place of learning something, not knowing that all along we're recreating the world to be that way. So truth is, the world will stay as it is in place until we change our core beliefs and assumptions of the world. That there's a quote that says something like, to change the world, you change how you see the world. And also, nothing to change but self. At this moment, you could start creating a world that you want. Everyone is creating their own experiences around you. That doesn't have to be your experience. Everyone is creating their own experiences around you. It does not have to be your experience. Yes, you can start seeing everyone doing better, having better experience and a better life. That's what I'm doing, is starting to see things going up and up. Everything that is now is already created because a thought comes first. And I always say this all the time because it makes me feel better, because it's like, okay, well, it's manifested. It's like we got our I don't even say wish, but at the end of the day, it's like your wishes are fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? Your thoughts, your desires. This is not a real desire, but it's obviously a manifestation. So your manifestation has already happened. Do you want to continue to create this or not? Or do you want to focus on what you do want? Nothing in 2022 has happened yet, right? What predictions are you setting for 2022? I know people are saying, well, in 2020, I had a view, but you never change your assumptions of how the world works. So eventually the world is going to continue to push out things that are not desirable to us because we have not changed our assumptions on how we want the world to operate. If you want to recreate the world to be a better place, you have to drop the old assumptions and the old story of how the world is supposed to be. That was fed to us by what someone else had experienced. And that was their experience. We got to look at the world like the world is trying to help us and not be against us. Because I know a lot of people, especially a lot of Black people, will say like the government wants to kill us. Black people, they don't want us to live. They trying to get rid of us. You have an assumption like this, you're going to see more evidence of it in your reality. In my reality, I don't see that evidence, but another person will, because that's their assumptions of the government, of the cops, of all those things that have to show up in their reality. So take those assumptions that you used to have that are not desirable and beneficial and tell a different story. Kill those, dead those, let the dead bury the dead, bury those, burn those, and destroy those, because that is not the future you want to have for your future offspring, your kids. Create the life that you want your children to live and be in and to enjoy, right? Because believe it or not, there are other people in this same world as us that are living their best life right now, while everyone else is screaming and crumbling and fumbling in the world. They are living their best lives because they got control over their mind and they are in control of their lives. They understand how to manifest. They understand how to create what they want instead, right? Well, listen, if we're all creators, like, we don't have to sit there and accept something that we don't want to accept in our reality. A person who doesn't watch the news are not going to experience the things that are going on TV. They're not. A person who's set up differently to believe that they're always safe and protected will miss a lot of things that may happen to other people because they don't have that belief. Think about this. Like, I even say this thing about, I know Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and Dr. Sebi and Nipsey Hussle, great people, right? They had great messages. They wanted to do great things in the world, but they also felt like they had to be a sacrifice. They also believed that they were going to be a sacrifice, right? They did. So they created it. You create your reality. Don't assume what you do not want to experience. Don't assume doom. How about that? Assume that things are going to get better. Things are going to work out for you. Things are going to work out for your family. There's health, abundance, wealth. Think of those things. Think about the things you want to experience in your reality, in your world, and create those things. Stop recreating stuff that's already manifested. This has already manifested. We don't have to keep accepting it as true. At the end of the day, focus on what you want. Focus on the world becoming a better place, being a safer place. There's more help. Government is helping more people. There's a lot of money going around. Whatever you want to happen in your reality, see it as so, because no one has free will. Everyone is just responding to you. When you change the way you see the world changes. right? So our assumptions that we had were given to us by people who experience certain things in life don't have to be our creations, don't have to be something we accept. Be great, think great. Remember, you're creating your reality and everyone in it. Everyone and everything around you is responding to you. You want to change the world, change your assumptions of the world has to change. Everyone is listening to you. Everyone and everything around you is listening to you. And we're seeing everybody individually create their lives based on their assumptions of themselves and how the world see them. But we're all creators and we're all creating our world. We don't have to recreate something we don't want. Take someone, for instance, that is very successful, that you look up to, that you want to model, as far as like, what do they have that you want? Or, you know, their experience. And like for me, I start saying I'm the Beyonce of my reality. When I go to the store, people want to talk to me. People want to be around me. People compliment me. People are just like all in my grill. And my daughter is like, Mom, like, what's up? People just talking to you today. Yeah, because now I have a new set of thoughts. And yeah, why not? Why not? If I know I create my reality, so now I'm going all in, and you should too. Stop cutting yourself short. Stop thinking you can't have this. Stop thinking that, you know, people don't like you and things like that, because guess what? They won't like you. Those assumptions that you feel like you have to do something to get people to like you is always going to keep you doing something to get people to fake like you. Because at the end of the day, your mind is always going to go back to like, they really don't like me. They're just liking what I do. And you're going to feel terrible about it. But at the same time, we're always self-sabotaging ourselves because we don't know better. But it's time for you to start doing better and knowing better and realizing that you can have better. And it just start with a simple thought. No one can really control your thoughts per se. Now, there's a lot of stuff out there that really distracts you, but at the end of the day, you're still left with yourself. You're left to face yourself. You're left to face what you created. Your negative, those negative things that you created will haunt you, okay? Until you change it. You have to stand up and change it. When I watched it, honestly, I literally was in tears. At the end of the movie, it was like, that's exactly what it is. Fear is nothing to fear but fear itself. Fear is when you fear something, you're putting your trust that something bad is going to happen. And it's like when you go gamble, what are you gambling on? You're putting everything all on this, all on it. That's what fear is. You're accepting that this is going to happen and you don't want it to happen. So that's why it's scary. Change it into what you want. So that is my video for today, you guys.